Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, welcome. It's lovely to see you all here. I'm just going to give it a moment or two just to let people join. And then, yeah, then I'll introduce the session and Emily, who is here. And yeah, we'll start the session. Okay, right. So Emily was just showing me around the Falconry Centre. We were just having a little look and looking at all the lovely guests that we've got today. So excited. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick introduction to what we're going to do. And then if you want to ask any questions, you can pop it into the chat box, which is open, and we can come to them like during the session. So for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Emma, and I host an online community for creatives called Substack, on Substack called Creative Flop. Some of you I think I recognise from who are already like members or subscribers, but I'm going to pop the links to my Substack in the chat. So the theme, I tend to base the membership with monthly themes, and this month is birds, just because I have a huge fondness for birds and drawing birds, and it was just a really good excuse to do more drawings of birds, basically. Now, Emily, I've known for a few years. She is an expert handler at a bird of prey centre just around the corner from me, and I had an experience there a few years ago, and it was so amazing. And I did think at the time it'll be so good to be able to draw these birds properly and not just kind of wander around with my sketchbook, but actually have a proper introduction and draw all these birds. So I approached Emily, and they were more than happy to introduce the birds. And it was like, yeah, they basically were really happy for us to come and do this. And what we're going to do today is I was going to just set kind of times like 15 minutes or so per bird, but I was just chatting with Emily, and because some of them have different temperaments, and it also depends on like what they're like at that time, we're going to go around and we're going to just see how they are, and we might spend maybe a few minutes, we might spend about 5 minutes on each bird, so it really depends on how they are. But Emily will kind of talk us through. She will tell us about each bird, she will tell us their names and more about them, and she's also going to tell us a bit more about herself and the charities that they support and which this session is supporting as well. So thank you everyone who were able to contribute towards these charities. 50% of the proceeds will be going to them, and again I'm going to put the links to them in the chat so you can come back to them and you can find out a bit more about the charities that we're supporting. I'm just going to let a few more people in. So just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to keep everyone muted during the session just because I think it's probably best just for kind of background noise, just to limit background noise, and also because, you know, just in case the birds get a bit spooked by any loud noises that might suddenly happen. But if you did want to ask a question, please put it into the chat and we will come to them kind of throughout the session, and we will answer as many kind of questions as we can. And like I did say, if anyone who's just joined, we're going to be kind of playing it a little bit by ear with the length of time that we're going to be sketching. If there's any problems with the connection at all, I have got a collection of some images that Emily has taken. She's taken some really great photos, and she's very kindly let me use them so that we can use them as reference in case we have like a connection issue or anything happens. So I will screen share those, but hopefully, fingers crossed, all good. We'll be finishing at approximately 6:30, about 6:30-ish, maybe even a bit later, maybe 6:45. There will be time to share your drawings at the end if you want to. There's no pressure, you don't have to, but you can share your drawings at the end if you would like. This session is recorded. If you don't want to be in the recording, then please, you can have your camera off. That's absolutely fine. Any questions at all? You can unmute yourselves for a minute if you need to. If anyone would like to ask a question, now is a really good time. Otherwise, I will mute everyone again. And I will now introduce Emily. So Emily, would you like to come on and you can tell us a bit, like you can kind of, we can see the Birds of Prey Centre.
Bear with me.
So you're there at the moment. You've had a really busy day.
Oh, no.
Hi.
I guess. Sorry.
So you've had a really busy day, haven't you, with lots of people, lots of clients and people coming to have experiences, which is where I first met you on the
Yes.
experience. And so you're there now, and it's a beautiful sunny day, which is highly unusual because it's been really terrible. The weather's been really awful. Is this kind of good weather for the birds? Do they like this?
It's okay. It's quite warm. We haven't got any breeze here, which some of the birds aren't thrilled about. I'm going to just move away from Henry because he's deciding to voice his opinion. But sorry, some of them are very noisy. Yeah, the weather's okay here. They don't mind the sunshine, but it's nice when there's a bit more breeze than there is because it's harder flying and they do get a little bit lazy and tired. But they flew all right. Then they fly fine today. We always monitor their attitude and if they're okay when they're flying. So if they start overheating or getting uncomfortable, we just finish the session there and move on to the next bird.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well, Emily, would you like to just tell us a little bit, would you, if you wanted to go around and just chat about the birds and the centre, that's fine. Or if you wanted to come on camera, you're more than welcome to. But would you like to say who you are and what the centre does? And that would be fantastic.
Okay, I can do. I'll keep it on with the birds because I don't think I'm that interesting to look at. So the birds are way better. You might not be able to see all of them. Some of them are a bit further back. You might be able to see specks there. But Icarus is normally throughout the week, we actually do experience days where you basically come and visit us. We fly the birds to your glove and we tell you all about the birds, both them as a personality and as a species. Just something a bit fun, I guess. We do open along with the grounds at Holdenby House. That's where we're situated, so you can see a chimney above the trees. You can't see the house quite there, but we are actually on the grounds of Holdenby. So we, when they open the gardens at the weekends, we come and do some displays for them on the lawn, and people can come and view the centre. But sort of our bread and butter is the experience days where obviously you guys get to come and fly them. And the days are quite small. We don't have any more than 5 people flying, so you get loads and loads of goes with the birds. And each time if you did want to visit more than once, is different depending on both the experience you've chosen and the time of year. So, for example, this one in here, she's actually a winter flying bird. She won't be flying till it cools down a little bit. So she's on her holiday at the moment, which she's very happy about.
Interesting. Okay.
Luna's right in the corner down there.
Yeah.
Sunning herself.
So any time of the year, so certain times of the year you have certain birds that you kind of bring out, and depending on,
Yeah, they sort of fluctuate. I mean, all of them could, or most of them can fly in all kinds of conditions, but occasionally we have one or two that it's not really comfortable for them. So we just, there's no point putting them into uncomfortable situations. So they just have a bit of time off, just enjoy their days.
Brilliant.
But we're always trying to encourage people to, with nature and things as well, which is why we've got like these flower fronts and things, to try and get people to, like insects and bees and all those kind of things. So
yeah. So do they kind of go through where you've planted all of those flowers? Do they go through there and pick out insects, or do you tend to or is it just more to try and make it slightly more natural for them?
Just a bit more natural, and just for people to see the insects as well, because we're apart from we're mainly a falconry thing, but we're always trying to promote people coming out and going into the British wildlife and things. So we over there, it'll be shut today, but there is a wildlife menagerie with a lot of British things. We have polecats. We've got a hedgehog that came from a rescue to us. She was born blind, so she's really good at showing everyone how wonderful hedgehogs are, because you don't see many of them anymore.
No.
We also have a fox over there. She's tame. can't tell. I think she might be sleeping by the window. I think so. So we have experiences with her as well. So it's just to try and get people to, appreciate and like wildlife as much
Yeah,
as everything
yeah,
else. So
yeah. And it's raising awareness of some of the conservation work as well, isn't it? And we'll talk about
yeah,
that in a little bit actually. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to just we'll make a start and we'll start, maybe we'll do like kind of a little bit of a quick drawing to just to kind of get us a little bit warmed up.
okay,
Um, so we could start with your lovely vulture, who is, I mean, is gorgeous,
for the
like
baby.
a fluff ball.
Mhm.
Unless there's another one who you think might not be great for sitting for like very long poses, but could be good for just doing some quick sketching. If there's one there that you think could work quite well, then you let us know. I'll kind of go by you.
I can't decide myself, to be honest. Um, I'm trying to think of which ones are probably best to save for more active things.
Yeah,
Um,
some
I
might be
mean,
quite
we could do the baby vulture if you want, because I don't want to sound
yeah.
horrible, but he's quite a, he's basically just a cloud. So
I was
he's
thinking maybe for a
there's
quick
not much to
sketch,
draw.
this might be good because yeah.
I'll see
Um,
if he'll come over, but
okay.
he's obviously enjoying the sunshine. So this will be his Avery. He doesn't stay in here overnight yet. He comes home. Oh, hello. He's coming home with me at the moment or tonight. But this will be his Avery when he's all grown up. You going
Oh
to come
my
over? Or
goodness.
am I going to come to you? But what he's doing there, where you saw he dipped his head in his wings, that's actually him greeting us. So he does hiss a bit. But vultures have no voice box like the other birds do. So when he's trying to say hello, that's how he greets. Hello.
I'm just going to spotlight you now. Um,
Oh, no, don't come into the camera. You're supposed to. Oh,
actually, I'm
dear.
going to spotlight you for everyone. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's kind of like it's like ugly cute kind of
Yeah.
birds. It's like gorgeous, but also there's like this kind of almost prehistoric features. Oh, it's just the puff, the kind of fluffiness. I just
Mm.
never would have expected that of a vulture.
I'm trying to find a good angle, but he's finally decided the camera is interesting and wants to come and be a bit of a
Oh,
nuisance.
brilliant. Well, shall we quickly start the timer for like 2 minutes and we can just do a quick warm up? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, I'm going to start the timer now. It will show in my window, so everyone you should hopefully see the timer. Yeah, let's get cracking. So, and he hasn't got a name. He or she doesn't have a name. Is that
Yeah,
right?
he's a boy. We're pretty sure he's a boy. Don't eat my fingers.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. Oh, wow. I mean, this is a real honor because I mean, seeing vulture at this age is just completely, you wouldn't unless it was, unless it's in the wild, it just wouldn't be possible, would it?
No, not really. I think they nest quite a lot in high rocky ledges or really tall trees in some other species. So yeah, you probably wouldn't see too many of them.
Wow.
But he's a baby turkey vulture. So when he grows up, obviously the fluff will come off. You can see, or if he stretches, oh, never mind. He has got a load of feathers growing through already. Oh, you're just going to walk up. Okay, thank you. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you. So you can see some of the feathers coming through the fluff. Um, he'll be like a blackish color with maybe a bit of a bluey hue to him, but the face will actually go pink. Hence
Oh,
the
his
name
face was,
turkey
oh, of
vulture.
course. Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, how does that happen? Is there like, what's the process of like the pink? Is that just like the blood? Is it just like the skin's thinning, or how do they get their pink color?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's definitely his skin, so I think that will change color. But I've only ever seen adult pictures or adult ones. I've never seen them as youngsters. So I guess I'll have to get back to you on that one when I know more. But I'm pretty sure it'll be his face, like the skin and his face changing color.
Oh wow.
But this, bless you, this
Very
oh,
special.
there's his wing. You want to see his wing feathers? He's having a stretch.
Gosh.
No, don't walk off. You eat my bag now. Okay.
There's some
Um,
crazy music that is on my timer, which is weird. There's some weird update that's just happened with like Zoom, and there's some really unusual music. I'm really sorry. Oh, he is absolutely beautiful. He is so, I like, he's so curious.
yeah, well, the vultures are very intelligent, so he is definitely at that stage where he can walk and do all kinds of things. Stop eating my bag.
Oh.
Don't eat my bag.
And do you have to feed him at night? Do you have to kind of does he have to kind of wake up? Do you have to wake up and feed him during the
No,
night?
once it's say nighttime and it's dark, he'll just settle down and sleep. So he'll probably get another meal before he goes to bed tonight. But normally when the light starts fading, he kind of crashes and that's it, bedtime.
Oh,
I was trying to point out his nose that you're turning your nose away. I've not shown everybody.
oh.
But you can
Oh
see his
yes.
nostril there. It actually goes all the way through his face.
And
He's one of the vultures that has a very, very high sense of smell.
oh,
So he can smell the gases given off a carcass from a long, long way off. Um, and so, oh, thank you. So he can smell things from a long, long way away. Well, so he knows there's something in my bag. I have actually got an emergency piece of food in case any of the birds decide to be awkward with me. Unlikely, but you know, we always have a fail safe. So I think he can smell there's some goodies in there, and he's investigating.
Oh my God. And he's got that kind of really like he's got kind of like craggly neck, that kind of like that the skin is kind of a little bit loose. It's not really amazing.
I have some pictures of him. I can send you some new ones where you can sort of get him standing up and things because he's doing his typical
Fantastic.
little hunched pose.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to move him into the shade in a second though because
That's
he's
absolutely
deciding
fine.
he's cooking himself.
Yeah, no, it
But
was lovely to see,
you
and
can
thank you
see.
so much for introducing him to us. Yeah, what I'll do is I will put any photos that you don't mind sharing, that I will put them in the post with the replay, and so people can then refer to that if they want to do more detailed kind of drawings. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. So yeah, who shall we move on to? Is there anyone particular bird you think that you would like to? I think we talked about, we said the peregrine, but the peregrine you said is very noisy. I wouldn't mind having a little look at the peregrine, but I
can
understand.
try. I'll probably get him out though because it's a bit dark in his age. Well, from the lighting perspective, it's dark. I can move him outside, but if you bear with me 2 seconds, I can try and prop the phone. I'm going to have to pick him up.
Okay. Oh,
There we go. He's
brilliant.
fine.
Oh, in the shade, yeah. Because
Yeah, although they are sun worshipping birds at that age, he is too fluffy and he was panting a bit, so
yeah,
we have to sort of be helicopter parents occasionally.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the peregrine is the peregrine a month old now?
Oh God. He's about 2 months, I think. He's 8 weeks.
Oh, 8 weeks, okay.
Yeah. So what I might do is if you bear with me for sort of 5 minutes, I'll mute myself because you're going to have your poor ears violated. I'm going to put him on a perch just over there. And then we'll see how we get on with. Oh, actually, I can bring a perch over here. Yeah, sorry, I'm gone to myself. If you bear with me 5 minutes, I'll be right back.
Absolutely, absolutely. See you in a minute. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop up, I'm going to share my screen and put up one of the images that I've got of the falcon. And then we can sit and draw that for a little time, just while Emily is sorting out the peregrine. Yeah, let's get this one. Right, so can everyone see the peregrine falcon? Yeah, brilliant. So this is let's hopefully you can see that nicely. So it's still got some of his little tufts as well. And we'll just have a little sketch of this for a few minutes while Emily is sorting herself out. And while she's doing that, feel free to come off mute, and if you have any questions, please do.
Okay, I've stepped back a bit because I'm sure you can hear him already.
No, I can't. No, I've just been shared. I just shared an image of your photograph
Mm.
of your of the falcon.
Oh, that's when he had the last bit of fluff on him. He's not fluffy anymore.
Yeah. Okay, is he ready?
Yeah, I've actually got a bit of food. It's I hope no one's too squeamish. It's not really graphic. It's basically a squirrel leg with a bit of meat on it. And I
Okay.
think if I give that to him, he's quiet when he eats, so it might shut him up.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, let
So
me.
is my
Is
video
everyone
on
okay?
or
Is everyone
oh dear.
okay with a little bit of meat? Okay.
I'm very sorry for everyone's ears. Oh. So here he is. I just pegged him out.
Okay, here he is. Right. I
Oh
will
dear.
supply these lovely photographs for you all when at the end of the session or when I'm putting up the video. Oh my goodness.
Right. He might jump away with it for a minute because he's what we call an imprint. So he thinks we are the same thing as him. And because he wants that bit of food I've just given him, by default, we apparently want it as well. So he's doing what's called mantling, where he's covering it up and hiding it and basically turning away from me because he's making sure I can't have it. I don't want your squirrel. I eat mine cooked. Not squirrel necessarily, but my food definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's going to jump over there. Okay. So he does this as well. He'll try and take it away, basically. He'll settle in a second.
So this is 8 weeks old.
Yeah, 8
Can't
weeks and
believe
he can fly. So
the difference is just unbelievable. When it was just that kind of fluffy little ball of
yeah,
really tiny little feathers, and now it's like what's an actual predator. Oh, those wings are just absolutely stunning. Wow.
quite what I
Okay.
had in mind, but it works.
Amazing. Right, so shall
And
I,
he's quiet.
as he's there and he's kind of calmed down, shall I put the timer back on? And
Yeah,
then
that's fine.
yeah, and I'm just going to put it on for a minute. Shall I try for 5 minutes? Do you think that would be enough?
Oh yeah, he'll be a while chewing that. That's why I gave him a bit with bone in because
Brilliant. Okay.
he'll be busy
So
chewing. You
we've
just eat it, Mav. You're okay.
got 5 minutes, so hopefully Emily can kind of position herself low enough for a moment. We can.
Yeah, something to. Oh, sit still. You're such a hooligan.
It's just like I don't want to be drawn. I don't want to be. I want to just eat my squirrel.
Just eat it. No one wants it. Once they start eating, they do settle down. It's just an initial thing, and because he's young, it's a very a strong instinct. It's like when you get a young dog, they get a. I mean, do they ever lose the food
So
the
I know
food drive?
someone's asked, I think Michelle might have asked what materials I'm using, and I've just kind of gone for quick because I knew I did a practice run today, but I used paints and it took ages. So I knew that it would be much different experience drawing these because I knew they'd be moving. So I'm going for like markers and pencils, and I'm just doing kind of like gestural almost movements and just drawings and not focusing on any detail. Because I just think I'll struggle. That's just my personal preference in this kind of situation. But yeah, if he was, if this was a photo, I'd be probably getting my inks out.
He's being a terrible muse. I do apologize.
And do you know what? This is good. I really thought there'd be much more movement. So I think,
He's having a good tug on that food now, so
oh,
he
yeah.
should calm down a second.
And he really keeping it like hidden. It's amazing
Yeah.
that instinct, isn't it? It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you haven't oh no, hang
He
on.
has got a name.
Oh, he has got a name. What's his
Yeah,
name?
he's called Maverick
Maverick.
from
Love
Top
it.
Gun.
Oh, yes. Yes. Amazing. It's one of my husband's favorite films. That's great. Who named him? Was it did he have a competition or?
It was sort of get the public to name them, but we were allowed to put our name choices in. I actually chose Maverick because I do love Top Gun, so I was like, oh, that'd be a great name for him, Baby Mav. But we obviously had a bunch of different names, and there were some really good ones. Someone suggested Goose from Top Gun as well.
Yes.
There was a few racing driver names. there was a few sort of, we'll say more normal ones. I think Jack was one of them.
Hmm.
Um, I can't think of all the names off the top of my head. There was Nimbus from a cloud formation. So there were some really good ones.
Oh, I like that.
Um,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was a nice name. But Maverick won by quite a few votes. So
Yeah.
he is Maverick. I'll
Yeah.
try and turn around if you want. You
Oh,
might
okay.
think, no, I don't want it. It's fine. Sometimes I think he thinks I'm trying to see what he's after. I don't want it.
Oh, do you have any favorites at the moment, Emily? Like birds, do you have a particular like kind of fondness for any of them, or you just love them all, or is there any that you like? Oh, I have a bit of a favorite.
We do have a few favorites. We're not supposed to, but there's just some that you bond with. So a bit like people, although the birds never love us. We always say they're more like flying cats. They're very aloof,
Mhm.
very self-sufficient. So they sort of know they've got it easy with us. They've got free accommodation. They've got food every day, safety at night. They know they have it easy with us, but we still build that bond of trust with them. But like with people, there's just some that you just gel with a little bit more. So some birds, they just pick their people, and you just get on really well.
Yeah.
So that might make us a little bit more biased, but there's the Chilean eagle buzzard Horizon, who I really like,
Hmm.
and there's the Harris hawk Pandora. She's another one of my favorites. But I do like little Mav. Um, I didn't raise him. I co-parented him with a bunch of the other
Oh.
falconers, so he was great fun having at home. He used to sit on my bed, and one of my favorite pictures. My dad suggested I do it. I have an old collection of plush toys,
Yeah.
and I my dad said you should put him among all the toys like ET. So I've got a picture of Baby Maverick stuck with all the toys. It's quite funny. I can send you that one if you'd like it. But
Yes, please. Yeah. That's really sweet. That's so sweet. Um, oh yeah, Miss Minnie Techman is here today. She said you've flown birds there, Minnie. That's lovely. Yeah, it's a great experience. I need to go back actually, Emily. It's been a long time. Um, and then Bethany said she loved drawing Roxy, the fox, and yeah, Catherine's had to leave, that's fine. And yeah, and Sarah Thompson has asked, do any of the birds get rewilded?
we don't know. All of our birds here are bred in captivity.
Mm.
It's illegal to take any from the wild now. Obviously, there's special rehab places, which that's kind of different. But we don't have the facilities or anything like that to be able to rehabilitate birds. You'd need sort of like a place where the public can't see them, or people can't see them, because obviously they'd stress.
Mhm.
And legal reasons, you have to have certain paperwork with certain birds to have them on show to the public. Um, and then if you're trying to rehabilitate them, obviously you'd need a big aviary for them to learn or fly back and forth and build their muscles up, and we just don't have that. So
Yeah.
both time or facilities, sadly. So all of ours are bred in captivity, so they've been bred to do these kind of jobs, so they're quite happy.
Mhm.
Um,
They have, I mean, they have amazing, amazing life. They're so well looked after, aren't they? And it does also, I would say that, I mean, there's a lot of the work you do, like raising awareness of like the conservation and the dangers that they might be in when they are, because I know that Project Lugger, is that right? That
yeah,
is
old man.
because the Lugger falcon they're persecuted in their like native country, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm just going to move his tail because he's sticking his leash through it, buddy. You don't help yourself at all. There you go. Um, yeah, out there, the Arabs prize their falcons. It's a big, a big status symbol. Some Arab princes will literally have hundreds of falcons.
Mhm.
But they don't actually prize the lugger falcon, which is native to India, Pakistan, places like that.
Mm.
And they use them as bait birds to catch the birds that they do want.
Okay.
Falcons are notorious
Okay.
bird hunters or bird killers. So if they see another bird of prey, even a falcon in distress on the floor, it's easy prey. So they'll try and kill it. So they'll have the trap nearby or around the lugger. So when you get passage peregrines, like little maverick, or other ones, maybe like a Saker falcon, they get killed. Well, they attack the lugger. They get killed outright or die of their injuries.
Right.
Um,
Gosh,
so
okay.
and it's an old tradition called barrack. So um, you can't just go out there, smack them on the wrist, and say don't do it. They have to obviously build bridges and build relationships and stuff with them. And it's an early project, it's only about 7 years old, so they're making good
Okay.
progress.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's very sad. That's very sad. And
yeah,
you do you have a Lugger Falcon there?
we do. We have one called Baji.
Oh, and
as in onion bhaji.
oh, well, it's been so lovely to see the peregrine, and I can't wait to see it grow up. Like, and it just, yeah. And I really want to come down, and I mean, you're literally like 10 minutes around the corner from me. So I want to come and
Yeah.
just have a little look again.
Well, you come and see him on the weekends, or give it a few months. Hopefully, he'll be doing experience days. So he might deafen everybody, but he'll be flying.
I haven't heard him. He's been very quiet while he's been eating.
Yeah, when they're eating, that's way more interesting. So he
Yeah.
doesn't care, which is why I gave him the food, because I thought your poor eardrums. So I
Fantastic.
thought if I give him food, but I mean, unfortunately, you haven't been to see his face because Maverick's decided that
Yeah,
he
I got
can't share.
I did get a few little kind of moments when he turned. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like just the color and everything, it's just absolutely stunning. Oh,
I'm not looking at you. You can't have it.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Emily.
That's right.
Is there
I'm going to leave
another?
him there because he's going to be eating that for a while.
Okay.
He'll be happy.
Lovely. Oh, well, I mean, I managed to do a few very quick sketches, and which was really nice while he was kind of like hunched over. But if there's anything else, I'm going to let you kind of decide who you feel would be a good bird to tackle next, really. I think we looked at, it was Wurzel, the eagle, when we were
Yeah,
chatting.
I'll take him over there.
Maybe we
Easy,
could,
Maverick. I'm going to go past you. I
Rowena's
don't
like,
normally have him tethered there. That is just a temporary perch, if
oh,
anyone's wondering. It was just so it'd have a nice background. You can see he's going to hide it now. There's only bone left on that, actually. He's had a really good snack on that.
yeah.
So if we go around here, I have to go past Bodie.
Rowena said, I'm loving the more real poses. Yeah, it's a very different experience of drawing,
So,
rather because I drew your oh, I love the kestrel so much. I drew the European eagle owl. Oh no, sorry. Yes, the European eagle owl earlier. But yeah, obviously from one of your lovely photos, and that was amazing. But yeah, it's like you get this kind of the real experience here. So it's like, oh my gosh. Incredible. So could you tell us a bit more about this bird? And then what we'll do is, well, when you feel he's ready, we'll set a timer.
I mean, he'll sit there as long as you want him to.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll set
I
the
probably
timer
won't be able to
then.
get super close to him because
No, no.
he likes to play with things, and I don't really want to be in biting range.
No.
Not because he's horrible, but it's a natural thing by a bald eagle. You got a lot to say.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for 8 minutes because hopefully that will be enough time. And if obviously if he's not really happy, then we will move on. So we'll go for 8 minutes. So yeah, tell us about Wurzel.
Well, he's very iconic. He's the American bald eagle, and he's not going to shut up now. Talking to everybody. While he's speaking, actually, we get quite a lot of people say they don't realise this is sort of a bald eagle noise, because obviously when you see the Wild West films, you get the big harsh sort of scream or call out, and that's actually from a red-tailed buzzard, which is another American bird, but it's
Oh,
very different to him. But because obviously he's a bit squeaky, not the most impressive of noises.
oh.
So
So
they actually
oh, interesting. So that noise that you hear in the movies isn't an eagle.
No, it's a red-tailed buzzard, or they're known as a
Wow.
red-tailed hawk as well, but they are a species of buzzard. Oh, Wurzel. But yeah, loud. He's an American bald eagle, looking very iconic now with the white head and tail and the yellow beak. But
Yeah.
they don't actually get these colours till they're about 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
So Wurzel's just turned 7. And when they start out as youngsters, they have a grey beak and they are completely brown all over.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting.
And I mean, he's fully grown within 16 weeks, if that. So from an egg to fully grown, fully feathered, ready to fly in probably less than 16 weeks. He's probably flying at 16.
Wow.
But yeah, they take a little while to mature, and it's the juvenile plumage just tells the others in the area, he's not looking to establish territory. He's not going to pose a threat, and they tend to be a little more tolerant of him in the area. They still don't like him there, but they know he's not going to be a threat to them. But once he's got his adult colours, then he's a rival, and he's seen off very, very quick.
Wow.
So if you ever see a photo of a whole bunch of bald eagles in a tree together, and there's some brown ones that look a bit weird next to them, that's probably juveniles hanging around as well.
Interesting.
You are so loud.
Do you know what? I can't. I think because Zoom is quite good at drowning out the background noise. I can't actually hear him at all.
Oh, can you not? Oh,
No. Is it just
oh,
your
sorry, it's just me
your
going deaf then.
yeah, your poor ears are
Try and
struggling.
bring them closer.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's like, no, back away, back away. So
That's him just being playful. He just likes to be a bit sassy.
does he
Yeah.
come out on the experiences, or does he stay there?
He does the displays. We don't actually get him flying to people's gloves simply because you don't really want to hold a bald eagle. They bully each other naturally in the wild. They normally eat the fish or the salmon that the bears leave in the salmon run, and they will actually bully each other for the scraps. So they're to us it would hurt because we haven't got a layer of feathers, but they're only just pushing each other out of the way. But he tries to play and be sort of a bit overly friendly, and he's got a very strong beak. So
God, I can see
I've had a very sore ear from being clamped by the beak before.
Oh my goodness, really? Wow.
Yeah, I still have my ear. It's fine. It's all intact. Nothing, no dents or anything. But it was a bit sore.
I can imagine. Oh my goodness. It's so funny because I can see his beak opening and closing, but I can't actually hear
No sound.
the sound. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he's just
Zeus is talking as well. He's our golden eagle next door to him.
And do you get to because Emily is an artist, you're a fantastic artist, Emily, and I will put a link into your Instagram. Do you get to kind of go around and draw when everyone's gone home? Do you just kind of work from your photos? How do you tend to?
I normally do the photos because if I'm being completely honest, I'm normally so tired by the end of the day. I just want to go home.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
because I don't love it here. It's just it's kind of I'd like to have some tea and just relax with it. But when everyone's gone, a bit like now, I mean, Wurzel's very loud. I know you can't hear him, but I can't even hear myself think at this point. But when there's no one else here, it's very tranquil. It's lovely just sitting here listening to the birds and the trees and things.
Yeah. Oh,
you're not very musical, Wurzel. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh, Wurzel.
Very squeaky. I'd love to get him a bit closer just so you can listen, but he might take the phone and take over the host of the stream.
But I'm taking this over now. Oh wow.
Good boy, they went you, Wurzel.
Okay. Oh, and does he set off the other birds sometimes? Is he like
a little bit? I mean, he's just talking just because he thinks he's missing out on something, but Wurzel he's talking because he knows me and he's probably just asking if I've got any more food, which I don't. Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
No snacks. You've had your dinner. You can't have any more.
You must have to get through. There must be a lot of the food bill must be really high.
Yes, there are a few zeros in there.
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah, I'm kind of my drawings are looking a bit like an egg with a black half of the body. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I think it's because he's like he's got really lovely poses. And then
I can turn around and get the sideways shot if that's more practical.
Sideways would be great. Yes, please.
Hang on, bear with me. Right, which way? I'm going to go this way.
If we can get a nice sideways, that'd be amazing. And he's going to probably face you now. He's like, no. Oh dear.
He does it to our new volunteers when they go to clean his aviary. He likes to sort of do what he does there, like fling his wings out, makes them flinch. He thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
And sorry, how old is Wurzel?
He's 7 now, so he's very, very young, really. He could live 50, 60 years in captivity, so we shall grow old together.
Oh, that's lovely. He's got, and there's the flat head is what I'm kind of intrigued by. Is that just because where the feathers are, like, or do they have their skulls just they're like quite wide, flat heads? You know what I mean? It's
I mean, where he's got their feathers flat, there's probably not a huge amount of padding more than the skull. I mean, the back bit that is all just fluffy feathers. When you kind of you go down to the basics of bird anatomy, they look a bit creepy. They've got really weird long necks. There's like the shape that they have now is nothing like they are as a skeleton or sort of like
Yeah.
musculature. If you ever want to have some nightmare fuel, if you ever type in barn owl with no feathers, and there's a taxidermy of a barn owl, and it has no feathers, and it looks like a little alien. It's
Oh my
so bizarre.
goodness. Wow, okay. I might do, just out of curiosity, just see what's going
It's
on.
quite interesting because when you look at how sweet a barn owl looks, which is why their babies look a bit creepy, because obviously they haven't got the feathers yet, so they look a little
Yeah.
bit odd.
Yeah. I was so there's a TV show called Springwatch in the UK on the BBC, and it's like they go to a nature, this is like a documentary series, and they go to a nature reserve and they document all of the things that are happening there throughout like a space of a few weeks. And they have these barn owls, and they had kestrels as well, and the chicks are just so, some of them just look so unlike what you would imagine, because they're just so weird looking and scrawny and strange. But yeah, it's a bit like the vulture. Like you wouldn't be able to say necessarily that that's a vulture.
Now, vultures aren't too bad, I don't think. They just end up a bit fluffy. If you bear with me just 1 second, I've just got to shut a gate.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and prop the phone here where Wurzel can't attack it, but we will see.
okay, that's fine.
Don't use the phone, you.
Yeah,
Please.
he's like very curious. He's like, oh, she's going to eat the
Hang
phone.
on. No, the grass is doing weird things to my phone. Never mind. We won't do that.
That's okay. If you want to go off and do that, that's fine.
Hang on. I'm just going to lay this here. You're going to get a nice view of his bar.
Oh, lovely. Okay. All right. See you in a minute. Ah. Oh, so Sarah said we see lots of these guys in Canada. Which was that, Sarah? Which was it? The eagle? If you would like to come on off mute, you're more than welcome to. Oh, the bald eagle, yeah. Oh, amazing. I mean, I just can't even imagine. I mean, the size, I mean, we get birds of prey here, we get buzzards and kites.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't, but bald eagles, oh my God, just seeing one of those in the sky, just when you're out and about, must be absolutely incredible. Somebody was so Sarah was just saying that they see lots of bald eagles in Canada. So she's from Canada, and they see lots of bald eagles there, and I just can't get my head around it, how incredible that a sight that would be.
Well, yeah, something that size.
Yeah,
I'm always jealous when I do see the photos when they see them all there. I wish we could have a nice big cluster of them in a tree.
no. I mean, I know there's like, is it in Scotland? There's like a lot of these like introduction programs and things, and with eagles, but I don't know about bald eagles. But
We don't have bald eagles, but we do have there's two eagles that are kind of I could be wrong. I want to say they're fishing eagles. So obviously the bald eagle is the American variant, and then over here we have the white-tailed fish eagle, which they have reintroduced. So it looks very similar to him. It's just basically a recolor.
The white-tailed, yes.
Yeah.
Minnie, oh hi Minnie.
Hi, can I just mention something really quickly that people might like? I've just looked for my book in here, but I can't find it. But it's this lady. Her name is Katerina van Gro. She does lots of skeletal imagery, and she's got one called The Unfeathered Bird, and it's absolutely amazing. It's got all structural. I mean, this is one of her drawings.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
And so it's called, yeah, the Unfeathered Bird. So this one is called Unnatural Selection. So this is like prehistoric things and the evolution of things. But the Unfeathered Bird has got so many bird skeletons in. It's absolutely incredible. I think it took her 12 years or something to draw it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. But if anybody wants the details, I'll write it on.
Could you?
Yeah, I'll write it on the chat.
Oh, could you? That'd be amazing. I was just about to write it down, but I realised I didn't really know what it.
Yeah, I'll pop it on the chat. And she's a lovely, lovely lady. And it hasn't really. Yeah, she's so. If anybody contacts her, she'll contact you back. And yeah, she's really nice.
Fabulous! Thank you so much. Oh, that's great.
Okay.
One to add to the list. Right. Okay. Fantastic. I'm just going to spotlight you there, Emily. So, okay. So this is your kestrel. Could you let us know what your kestrel, the name, and a little bit about this kestrel?
His name is Bodie. and
Bodie.
yeah, and he's I don't know if he's big class as a Eurasian kestrel, but he's the one we get here in the UK. It's all right. I'm just moving my hand, you Wally. He's got a bit of an attitude, as you can tell.
Shall I,
But he's quite.
is he quite good for standing still? Shall I put a timer on and we can?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's fine.
I'll put it on for. I'll put him on for. We'll do 8 again, and we'll see how we get on with that. Okay. So yeah, he's very. Oh God, it's absolutely beautiful. My goodness.
He's a pretty little guy.
Is this one of the kind of smaller like birds of prey? Are these kind of? They're quite small birds, aren't they? They're not really as big as you maybe think they'll be.
No, he is a smaller one. I could put my hand there as a size comparison, but I might do that at the end because he gets a little bit grumpy.
No.
He doesn't mind hands, he doesn't mind us, but he likes to tell everybody about his opinions on things.
Yes.
So
why not?
but yeah, he's like that, but he's quite old. He's 16 now,
Oh my
which
goodness.
is quite old for a bird of his size anyway, for a kestrel. But he's still got many years left, but they normally wouldn't live this long in the wild, so maybe 20, 25 at a push.
Wow.
But he's yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
he's a bit of a different one because I said we have all our birds bred in captivity. He is actually our only exception. He fell out the nest as a baby, and a member of the public took him in, and they meant well to look after him, but he imprinted on humans, and you can't let them go once they've imprinted because they don't really look to fend for themselves. They just look to people for taking care of them.
Yeah.
Because he kind of knows he's a bird, but he also thinks he's a human. So we call him a mal imprint, where he's not got no fear of people, but he's not got that super close imprinty bond like that one would have from a teeny weeny hatchling.
Right, I see. So he fell out of a nest, did you say?
Yeah, I've been told 2 different stories. One, he was taken. One, that he fell. I like to say he fell. I'd feel sad that someone tried to pinch him. And apart from that, that's very illegal. But however, he came from the wild, and the member of the public that was looking after him, obviously he imprinted to humans, but they tried to feed him bacon.
Oh my God.
It's not very good for a bird. It's cooked is no good for them.
Yeah. I mean,
and the salt content is very bad.
Yeah. Oh, bless
him. So I'm not sure how he ended up getting a health check from somewhere and ending up with us. But we've had him ever since. So we've had him for the best part of 16 years, and he does really good. And he actually outflies a lot of our bigger birds on displays. Sometimes he does some fantastic hovers. I say usually because you're on my naughty step today, aren't you?
Oh
yes,
no.
You could look guilty. Yeah.
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
Yeah. He decided he didn't want to work today and made me go and track him down.
Oh no, where was he?
He hadn't gone far. He was still on the ground, but he wasn't where he was supposed to be flying, and he did not come back. So I had to get him down in the end with it. I mean, I chucked his he has a lure, so it's a pad of leather with it on a bit of string.
Yeah.
And we swing it around, and he will just like try and tag it, but he knows that if he comes above my head, I hide it in my arms, and he hovers. That's sort of his cue. And he just wasn't feeling the love today, so I tried doing that, and he just was flying around. And then he flew off, and he didn't come back. So I went and tracked him down. And he was sat in a tree.
It's like,
and
I'm not playing today.
Yeah, some days you have to sort of stand your ground and not say make them work, but get them to at least try and do what you've asked, or at least fly for their reward. But we had guests obviously, and I just needed him down, so just called him down for his food. But it's fine.
Oh.
We'll try again tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. But yeah, Sarah's asked, how do you know when a bird imprints?
Then you can normally tell by their behavior. It normally happens when they're quite young. So there's a couple of weeks. I don't think they open their eyes for probably the first week, again, depending on each bird. But once they've opened their eyes, and you're feeding them, in their mind, you are mum or dad, and you're feeding them lots of food. So they will start calling when they see you, or they look sort of very enthusiastic to see you. I'm not sure how to kind of describe the behavior, but it's their behavior. They don't have a fear of you. If you have what we call a parent reared, which is where you've had it raised by its true parents, or at least adult birds, it doesn't see humans as its food provider. That's essentially what an imprint is. It sees you as food giver, and that's why they call for it. So if if you found a wild one, it would probably back itself into a corner, probably make itself look really big, and probably hiss at you or make noises and try and tell you to stay away. I'm scary, don't touch me. An imprint will gladly seek you out and be calling to you, and quite happy to spend time with you. And we do both with the centre here. Depends on kind of what bird it is and what kind of say behaviours or jobs you want it for. So, well, Bodhi's sort of an exception. He doesn't count. For example, owls can be very nervous by nature. So you normally imprint them because you can take them lots of places when they're babies and they're not scared because, nothing's bad's ever happened, things like that. And then when they're grown up, they're not so bothered and they look to you for guidance. So if they do get scared, you're there, like people are there, and it's like a comfort blanket, I suppose. So they're more likely to want to work with you or interact with you, I should say, because they'll work with us even if they're parent reared. That they've learned that we're very nice to them. We feed them, they get free home, free accommodation. But a parent reared are easier if you want to go hunting, because some people still do that. They're looking to feed themselves more. An imprint, obviously, in the wild, parents would just cut them off and ignore them, and then they'd have to go feed themselves. But because we're still feeding them, they're harder to get hunting because they just go, well, you'll feed me, I don't have to go catch my dinner, that's your job.
Yes. Yeah.
So it can kind of depend on what you want the bird for. You can still get an imprint to go hunting and they'll still hunt just as effectively, but it takes a lot more work to get them to sort of shift into gear in that way. Once you've got them entered, which is their first kill, much easier. There is a wild buzzard circling, which is why Lyra's kicking off. You won't be able to hear her from here. Bodhi's watching it though. You see him tilting his head. He's watching that buzzard.
Do the buzzards try and come down and kind of interfere or try and get food from the birds if it's feeding time? How do you find that some of the wild birds come in sometimes?
They don't tend to come into the centre, mostly because there's always people around, or we're in, there's quite enclosed aviaries and they like sort of big spaces to get around in. But they do sometimes harass some of our birds when they're out flying. This time they've just got their youngsters fledging and they've been absolutely horrible to Horizon today. They were proper after him because they're just basically saying, leave this space, this is ours. And obviously they don't want him attacking their children, which is perfectly understandable. It's very inconvenient when we've got experience days, but it is what it is. They're here just as much as we are, and they're trying to survive. So fair enough.
Yeah,
we work around them.
Yeah. Oh my God! I think this might be like a fave. I do love kestrels, and I think because I'm always really excited when you see them, because you don't see so many in the UK now.
No,
they're much more rare than they used to be, which is such a shame. But I mean, if I see one, I'm just like, oh my God, it's a kestrel, and it's just sometimes I'll just pull over just to be able to see. But no, he's an absolute superstar, isn't he?
Yeah, he's chilled. He's been there, got the t-shirt. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. He's like, yeah. Oh, okay.
Real professional, aren't you, Bode? I will say that with kestrels, they're actually one of the only birds of prey that have different plumage, depending if it's male or female. Normally, with birds of prey, females are actually bigger than the males in most species, varying from each species how big the difference. So mostly 20 to 25%, but some have gone up to like 40%.
Yeah.
But kestrels actually have different colours as well as the size. So female will be a little bigger than him, but he's got that lovely grey head and tail. If I shimmy round, you'll see his tail.
Yes.
So that's because he's a male. The females are actually brown and speckled all over and slightly bigger. So
cool. The colour, I think there's just that colouring, that warm kind of brown.
He's got lovely colours.
Right, it's just stunning. Yeah.
Spin you around, buddy.
Very photogenic, aesthetically pleasing birds, aren't they? They are just beautiful. Thank you so much.
That's all right. I'll try and do a size comparison with my hand so you can see how small he is.
Wow. So, gosh, yeah. I mean, it's almost like wood pigeon. It's like not, it's, yeah.
Yeah, so he's quite small. He's looking very offended.
What? Where's my food?
Get your hand away from me. Disgusting. What is that? So you see, I mean, it might not be so obvious, but you can see with his head feathers, he's actually really puffed his head feathers out. So they do fluff him out as with their comfort, but when I put my hand really near, he sort of flared his cheeks out as if to say, ew.
Brilliant.
So he might, like, he's just gonna, he's flared his tail as well. He's just like, ugh. His little crest up.
So Alison
Looks all angry.
has just said, I can't get over how yellow the kestrel's feet are. They are very yellow.
Yeah.
They're like canary yellow, aren't they?
Hey, yellow toes, mister.
Beautiful. And the
Very
beak
nice.
is a bit different. It's a slightly different kind of yellow, isn't it? On the beak, it's I don't know, it's like a
Yeah,
pale.
sort of.
Yeah.
It's slightly paler.
Yeah.
They're
It's like
fairly
graduates,
colour
isn't it?
coordinated.
Oh, actually, no, it's very still quite yellow, but yeah, and around the eye as well. It's just absolutely stunning. Oh, thank you so much.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I could happily draw him all day, but we'll move on. Oh, Sarah Thompson has just asked, do any of the birds like being stroked?
Most of them no.
Kind of
Birds actually preen their feathers, so they have a waterproof sort of dusting on them. So if you ever see a bird in the sunlight and it shakes itself, it looks like all this dust's come off. That's normally what they've preened onto their feathers. So most of them don't like being touched as such. They tolerate us because we obviously need to do health checks. So I have to be quite slow with Bodhi because he does tell me off. But you know, they don't mind as such. He looks so offended.
Yeah,
So I can't believe he just touched me. But we do have a couple of exceptions that do like a bit of a fuss. Uh-oh. You finished your food, didn't you? Oh, no, you've still got it.
Still working.
So you might be. But you can hear him being a bit gobby.
Oh, he's still going.
Oh, yeah. So he's just enjoying the last bit there. Oh, dear. So loud. So the spectacled owl you might be able to see just over there.
No.
He actually loves a head rub.
Oh.
You can see he leans forward and he sort of asks you for a head rub. I'll see if he'll do it. He might not, but
I remember Specs from the experience I came to, and he was in the woods, wasn't he?
Yeah, we fly him in the woods. He's a rainforest owl, so I'll see if he'll ask.
No.
So, you can let me do head rubs, or no? You're just really keen for. You think you're getting snacks?
Yeah.
No, that's my finger. No, that is my finger. You can't eat that. He's gonna think he's got food. We don't feed you from the front, you Wally.
He's such a character, isn't he?
Head rubs? No, you're just all hyper because you think you're getting something. So sometimes he'll lean his head forward and he sort of asks for head rubs.
Oh,
there you go. So you see he's got his eyes closed. Hang on. No, I'm going to give you a head rub. No, okay.
No.
He's not going to do it today.
It's about the snacks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all they want is food. But he's the world's worst fidget. So sadly, he's not very drawable.
No.
I can send you some still photos, but he's
Yeah.
He's hyped up for some reason. Why are you so hyper?
He does. Yeah, he's very fidgety. I remember. Yeah. He's very, very cute though.
Yeah. And the other one that doesn't mind a head rub is our little owl, Rambo.
Oh, Rambo. Oh.
I can try and see him. He might go and hide. He's a bit touch and go.
Okay. So is this the same owl? So the owl that I saw the last time when I came to the experience was Pedro.
Yes.
And Pedro was Pedro a little owl? Was he a burrowing owl? What was?
No, he's a burrowing owl, but they're very, very similar. The main difference is, where are you, Rambo? Oh, you're on top of the door. Okay, I'll see if I can get. This might be a no. Yeah, Pedro is a burrowing owl, which is a Floridan or American species of owl. And little owls, they're not technically British. Well, they didn't originate from Britain. They came over in the 1800s, but they are a British species now. But they're a little bit different. But Pedro basically had longer legs. Sadly, Pedro is no longer with us. He was very old this year, and he passed away. But I'm just gonna. Where are you? Hello. Good buddy. Hello.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at him.
Hello. I'm just going to actually go in the door because I don't want you getting out. Oh, mind your toes. But this is Rambo.
Rambo.
You look so miserable.
They've got such cross expressions, haven't they? Like really cross.
I don't have any food, so I don't think I'll be able to tempt him down.
No, fair enough.
Hang on, bear with me. Let me just slightly. Come on, Rambo. You coming down? Come here. Oh, he's gone over there now. That works. It's a little bit more accessible. Hello. Oh, you're doing your talk.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's So gorgeous.
He's absolutely tiny. If I put my hand in him, you'll see how dinky he is.
Oh wow. Do you know what? I had no idea he was that small. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you think he would stay still for us to sketch him? Do you think?
Yeah, he'll sit quite still. I'll show you. He does like. No, he's not gonna let me. Do you want head rubs? No, you're gonna eat my finger. It's not a worm.
Okay. I'll tell you
Hang
what.
on.
We'll try for
There
5
you go.
minutes. Oh look, we'll go for 5 minutes and we'll see if we can. Oh look at
Yep.
here.
We're trying to get angry.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's do a little bit of sketching. And then what we could do, I mean, what we'll do is we'll go around and then if there's any, maybe there's people want to come back to, if the birds are okay with that, maybe we could come back at the end to some that we would like to go back to that are kind of, quite keen to be drawn or don't mind, sitting for a bit.
Well, he doesn't mind. He's just a bit. Well, he's not really a fidget. He'll just sit there quite happily.
Yeah, very happy. Oh, that expression is just amazing. So when did you get, when did Rambo come? Was he there? Has he been there a while?
No, you can have seen him. He's actually 5 years old, but we've only had him about a year. We didn't get him. We got him from somewhere else. So we do get a couple of birds that come from other falconers, from different circumstances. Some because they've retired or their life circumstances changed. And we normally, if we get a bird, it means it would kind of fit in with experience days. Obviously, if a bird's not used to doing certain things, we wouldn't want it being stretched with us. So we will put them if they're suitable. Rambo, he's very, very friendly. He doesn't mind people because unfortunately he was actually a pet.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and things like Harry Potter and stuff. I mean, I love Harry Potter, but they didn't do owls any justice because everyone thinks that they did as pets, which is wrong. They're very time consuming. They need a lot of attention, weight management, things in your household that could actually be toxic to them. Things like Teflon, that being like your non-stick pans, sometimes hair dryers, things like that. And if it heats up, it lets out a gas. Not toxic to us, of course, but very toxic to birds, and it will kill them. So I've heard a story once someone had parrots, and all their parrots died because they had something with Teflon in. Don't think they didn't know, but
oh my gosh, I'd never heard that. Oh wow, gosh.
So things like that, and I mean, obviously Rambo's fine, but
Yeah.
they didn't do anything like that because I think the person that had him sort of knew a little bit about birds, but they actually got him as a pet for their kids. And little kids are like, they get bored of them after a couple of months. So he ended up in the back garden in a nice aviary. They didn't scrimp or anything on his conditions, but obviously they didn't want to keep him forever just feeding him and him sitting there. So
oh gosh.
he ended up with us. So he's very social with people. That's why he didn't mind a head rub, because obviously that's what he's grown up with. But we always say to people, they're not pets. No falconry or a bird of prey is a pet. They look cute, but so if you want to do something with a bird of prey, not trying to advertise our centre even anywhere that's nearby to other people. If you want to see birds of prey, either go and visit them at a centre or do an experience day, because you get the fun bit and you don't have to do any of the cleaning or any of the those things. We were very chatty today, remember? Making these little laser beam sounds.
And do the birds ever are they kind of socialized together in any way, or are they always very much kept apart and separate?
Normally solitary. In the wild, unless they have a breeding pair, they're quite happy in their own company. If you put two birds together, one would probably eat the other one. They're not very social in that way. They can be if you like they're breeding pairs, or sometimes if they've been together their whole lives. We've got two kites that live together. They're brother and sister.
Oh yes, yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde, but generally they're quite happy on their own. They don't want no problem. Things like burrowing out, you can have them communal. Oh, you can eat a phone. Okay, thank you, Rambo. You can have like burrowing owls are quite communal. You could have Harris hooks together. But stop trying to eat my fingers. What are you doing? Oh, you're getting too close to the camera. What are you doing?
What an amazing expression! Like that is just
so angry.
Fabulous. So angry.
He's not, I promise.
No, oh, he's just beautiful to draw. And I guess because he's kind of, I can see why somebody would think, oh, that would be a nice pet, because if they're small and cute
Yeah.
looking, when they, you know, it's yeah, like you say, it's like you can actually they can be killed from being a pet, or from, you know, I mean, like I said, Teflon. I would never have imagined that something like that would have harmed a bird, like things that you just have in your home like that.
Yeah, I mean, just in general as well, they're not cuddly, they're not you know, like I said, with a dog it will, you know, it will love you. A cat maybe would love you. I mean, we've had cats that are very affectionate, so but these guys are very, very self-sufficient. You know, they don't, you know, they enjoy our company, but they don't crave it or anything. They're sort of very much like, put the food there and leave if you want. I don't care.
Yeah. They don't crave.
so-
They're not going to crave human interactions in that way.
Yeah, I mean, they don't mind our company. Obviously, you can see Rambo's quite happy. He's you know, he's like a little Christmas pudding.
Yes, isn't he? Do you get
Most
many?
of the time they look at us and they wonder if we got more food for them.
What was that, Emily? Sorry.
So half the time they just look at us because they think we've got more food for them.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! Look at that stare. That's so great. Do you get many? Do you get like schools that come in, and do you get that come in and you do kind of school tours and things like that? So children come in and they can learn about the birds.
Not so much here, but our boss, his main business called Raptor Exotics with an X. He actually goes to schools and does talk. So Rambo does go to schools sometimes and shows things to kids. Everyone wants to eat my fingers today. We do feed these guys, so this is normal, but he is now trying to abduct me.
Oh no.
Where are we going? Oh, there you go. There. So you can see he does ask for head rubs.
Oh my goodness.
You're having a good time there, buddy.
Oh. And you said he has very long legs, is that right?
Burrowing owls do. Him not so much because he's a little owl.
Okay.
So
burrowing owls have the long
he's kind of
legs.
squat.
Yeah.
He's a squat little man.
Thank you so much, Emily. He is awesome. Might be one of my
Do you
favourites.
want one more, or
I think, well, at least one more. I mean, if we can squeeze in two, that would be great. But if not, I mean, let's just see what we can do. Whatever whatever you've got time for, would be fantastic.
I'm happy to be here for as long as you need, but I'm looking at my phone battery and it's running out. So I will be able to have time to do one more. I can squeeze a second one if the battery will live. But
well, what I might do, if we squeeze in another, and then what I can do is I can always bring up some images, or if people would like to stay and draw from the photos, they're more than welcome. Now, I'd love to know a bit more about the vulture in a bit.
Oh yes, Bentley.
Yeah,
I can head to Bentley. Bear with me.
You can tell us a bit about the vulture charity that you support as well.
Yes. I mean, we've helped different charities in the past, but we're currently working with the Horstman Trust, which are in Wales. They're not an open centre. They've got their own private land where they have aviaries for their selection of vultures and condors. They have condors there as well. And we were actually able to visit them a couple of weeks ago. We got to drive up to Wales and go visit them. So I'm very envious of the place. It's like on top of the world, no one else there. Very, very nice. Sorry, I'm just unlocking the door.
That's right. If you need to put your phone down for a moment, then please do, if you're struggling.
That's okay. No, we learned to do everything one-handed because half the time we have a bird on our arm. So, Bentley, I don't have any more food. I'm sorry, kiddo. Hello. So Bentley is our African hooded vulture. I'm going to sit down and she's probably going to try and raid my bag. Ooh. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Bless you.
Fantastic. How much longer have you got left on your phone battery, do you think, Emily?
I have 8%.
Okay, let's just do this for maybe 3 minutes. Let's do a 3 minute. And then not 16. And then what we'll do is then I'll see if anyone has any questions, and then we'll let you go.
Well, that's all right. What you can do, there is a charge in the in our weighing room, but so I'm happy to stay and chat. It will just be I won't be able to have the video because all you'll see is a really boring counter.
Let's do that then. Let's and then if there's any, or if what I can suggest is we'll just do a few minutes here. If there's any other bird that anyone really desperately would love to see right at the end, and then we'll kind of have questions when you can plug your phone in. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So tell us a little bit more about this gorgeous bird, because actually I think when I came, I think I was almost a little bit surprised to see a vulture, and I don't know why, but I would say that I suppose it's not the kind of thing people would normally think of.
Yeah, they're not if you wanted to be really technical, a bird of prey is a bird that preys on animals, which I suppose she does in a dead sense. She doesn't go hunting, but they're sort of classed as birds of prey. But they're very misunderstood birds. I'm sure most people, if you've seen The Jungle Book or watched films, they'll either be depicted as this horrible villainous creature, or some dumb, silly cartoon comic relief creature, or character, which is really, really sad. They're very, very, very different to what people believe. Bentley's probably one of our most intelligent birds, actually. You can see she's trying to look in my bag. If I put a pot here, if I put a pot on the floor, she will actually try and turn it over and look for food. Good girl, Bentley. So they're very, very smart. And they're just built for purpose. Obviously, we think they're pretty, but they're pretty in their own right. They're obviously not feathered like an owl, or on their face at least. She really does have no feathers. Don't go on your ledge, Bentley. You're going to jump up there, aren't you?
Oh no.
What's that? She's like, you've got no food. Why would I want to entertain you? You lied to me. No, I haven't got any food in my bag, kiddo. I'm sorry. You've had it all today. Yeah. So they're just built for purpose. If you're sticking your head the wrong way up a zebra, you don't want long hair. It gets a bit gross. So she's got that lovely little judge's wig haircut to keep everything nice and clean.
So it's the cleanliness. So when they're feeding on a carcass, they don't have feathers, because then I guess it would make them, because it would make them very.
Yeah, they just get all sticky and gross. So she's got no feathers on her face. Those really fine feathers on the back of her head look a bit like a judge's wig. They are, again, to help keep clean, and the rougher feathers she's got around her neck, she's not really fluffing them out much, but they're sort of here. Right, Bentley, I'm not gonna touch you.
So they're like white colour. Are they white feathers?
The ones on her front are the sun's on her quite a lot. She's glowing in the sunshine. But she's got like a rougher feathers around her neck, which just prevents any juices or anything going into the actual feathers and making a bit of a sticky mess. But she's a smaller vulture of Africa, so she can't open a carcass, which is why she's got that lovely tweezer-like beak. And it helps her get through the nooks and crannies of things that the other vultures can't. I wish I had a strap in my bag so I could try and show you that when I hide something in there, she thinks I've got. If I pretend to hide something, so you'll see she'll try and go in my fingers to try and get the bits of food.
Yeah.
But it's not there. I haven't got anything. You're not silly, are you?
But
sorry, Ben.
In the wild, they're very successful birds. Or are they
yeah, they do well, obviously, because they eat carrion and carcasses and things. Unfortunately, she's actually critically endangered in the wild. Experts reckon I don't know what Maverick's talking about. Experts reckon we could lose these guys within 50 to 80 years, no matter what we do anymore.
Wow.
We're still trying, of course, but it's a tough battle. So a lot of vulture species are now either critically endangered or just endangered. And pretty much all the declines are actually man-made, which is very, very sad. So the main reason is the ivory trade. Takes a long time to extract a tusk out of an elephant. So while they're doing so, the vultures circle overhead, because there's a free elephant down there when they leave. And the authorities were learning if you follow the vultures and you catch them, and catch the poachers, you can arrest them. So they poison the carcasses now to remove them entirely from the ecosystem, which is very, very sad. 400 vultures can be killed at a single carcass of each or any species, not just these guys. I'm going to have to quickly scoot back to the weighing room, Bentley. You can't come in. Sorry. Because my phone is on 5% and I'm worried it's going to just give up the ghost on the way there. So I'm going to speed walk.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No, you do that. And then what we'll do in a moment is we will just ask see if anyone's got any questions for Emily. I'll just remove the spotlight for a moment.
So I'm happy to stay and chat as long as you need. It's just I need to plug my phone in quick.
No, absolutely. It's amazing how when you're doing like the video, like how quickly like the battery just disappears, isn't it? So if anyone's got any questions for Emily when she gets to plug her phone in,
it's okay, it's plugged. We're good.
Oh, great. Okay, fantastic. You can feel free to come off mute, and if anyone wants to ask a question, or if there's anything else that you'd like to see, I mean, we may be able to squeeze one more, we may not. Does anyone have any questions for now? If not, don't worry. I think, Emily, you have given everyone so much fantastic information. Let me just, I'm gonna just, there you go, there you are. Now I'm gonna think if I got any questions. Do you have any particular birds that are, oh, thanks, Minnie. Oh, it's been lovely. It's been, it's gone really quick and I'm just full of so many facts. It's fantastic. Is there any particular bird that you find that people like really just adore when they come here, when you come to your centre? Is there anything, which is the ones that they always kind of go to? Because I know that I'd probably go to the
Probably a
Falcons
few.
first.
I mean, when Pedro was around, most people loved him because he's small and cute. So Rambo does a pretty good job of that as well. But I'd probably say Specs the spectacled owl, just because he's got such a excitable personality. You can't help but love him. Bentley does actually get quite a few people liking her. I think because she's unusual, most people don't expect to like a vulture, but they do, which is really nice.
Yeah. And how many birds do you have altogether now?
I haven't done a count recently, but I want to say close to about 30.
Wow. Wow.
So we do have quite a few.
Fantastic. I've just got to let me have a little look. Oh, so Emily, Minnie has asked, how did you come to work as a in the Falconry Centre? Do you call yourself, what's your title, your actual Emily?
We call ourselves falconers. We don't really have we used to have a head falconer role, but recently that's sort of been removed because we all kind of cover all the different corners, so to speak. So we're all just kind of more of a relative team, but I'm one of the falconers here, so we just call ourselves falconers. But I've always loved nature, always loved animals. I used to do a lot of bird watching. I'd be chasing the poor little wrens around the countryside, desperate to get a picture of one. They weren't very cooperative, but hey ho. And then my dad had always wanted to go out hunting with a bird of prey, ever since he was a young teen or a young adult. And he finally got his own bird of prey about 12, 13 years ago. So that's where I got into falconry, and my boss knows everybody in the falconry world, even sort of the solo falconers that do it just for fun or, for pest control or whatever they're doing. And I was in between jobs, and he said, do you want to come volunteer here? And I never left. So I'm now luckily one of the members of staff here, which I feel very lucky. It was not my plan, but they're stuck with me now.
Yeah. And and he said it's such a calling. Yeah. And you're just so natural, and you're so passionate about these birds and all wildlife, because I've seen you at the centre. And obviously you take that into your work because you are an artist as well, which I'm going to put in the chat. Oh, it's amazing. Your drawings are fabulous. Can I just ask, so we've come to the end, pretty much come to the end. I don't know whether you've got enough battery in your phone to look at any more birds. Probably not, maybe. I would say maybe. I don't know.
If you give it a couple more minutes, I should be able to perhaps have something, and I'll run around quickly to whatever you'd like.
I'll just see. Is there any bird in particular, like because I know you've got some. There are some more owls. There was some. There was possibly Luna or a European owl. Is there anything, any other bird that anyone would like to see before we finish, or would know anything, would like to know anything more about? Or what have we got? Okay, so the goshawk. Bethany has said goshawk, and Minnie has said the vulture. She would like to see the vulture again if possible.
Yeah, I can show him again. We don't actually have a goshawk here. They're quite highly strung, quite scatty, so they don't really do well in experienced day environments, as some of them do. But they can be a little bit temperamental, a little bit twitchy. So they're great hunting birds. They're very good for sort of a one-on-one falconer, but for our jobs, they're not the best. So we have Harris hawks instead, which are one of my favourites because it's the bird I learnt falconry with. But Pandora is one of my absolute favourites. She's a muppet, but I love her. So. She's a lovable muppet.
Well, if you want to just carry on just having your phone on charge for a moment, Emily, what I'm going to suggest is, does anyone want to share what they've drawn today? I will happily share. I haven't, I've done some very, very quick sketches, some of which look quite frightening, but I will happily share. So I'm gonna do that, and then right at the end, Emily, if you want to go, we'll go back and have another quick look at the vulture before we finish. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So, oh, hello, Andrew. Can I spotlight you, Andrew? Is that okay? Right, let me spotlight Andrew. Oh, fabulous. Oh my good, is this charcoal, Andrew? Yeah. Oh, charcoal. That is so, I was thinking about using charcoal today and I didn't, and I really wish I had because oh my God, you've captured it so well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much. Did you manage to do any more today, or did you concentrate on the little baby vulture? Oh wow. Oh wow. I can see, so you were really keen on the vultures today, so it's kind of like captured your attention. Oh, amazing. Oh wow. Oh, they're beautiful. They almost look like monoprints, you know, they have that kind of effect because of the texture you've got around the edge. Really, really beautiful. Oh, and you've got Rambo. Amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, just don't smudge them. That's why the thing I find really difficult with charcoal is the smudging. But oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming and for sharing those. Right. Would anyone else like to share? Want to pop your hand up and just give me a little wave? Oh, Michelle, hello.
Hello.
Hiya. Hello. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Oh, look. Amazing.
So I used crayon.
And if you use toned paper,
Yes.
like
and
toned,
yeah.
oh, that's such a good idea. I think the other day, were you using toned paper? I think you were.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I remember you saying you were going to do the grids. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I ran out of the grids, but
Beautiful.
the baby, I just was using pencil. That's why I was asking you what you were using.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And yeah, and so I will definitely go back. This was fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's so fascinating. I think I've learned so much. I love Rambo so
Yeah,
much.
me too.
You captured it so
Thank
well,
you.
and you've got all those little speckles on there on his fur. I always say fur, it's not fur, the feathers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Michelle. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Minnie,
It's exhausting. You know, and I mean, it went so fast.
really fast. Yeah, I just looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, it's almost 7.
Yeah.
I will spotlight you. That's okay, Sarah. Thank you. Sorry, Sarah's
Hello.
head off.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
So that's why I couldn't get that one. He was so difficult
Oh my
because he was
gosh.
moving such a lot. And then
Oh,
I've got
I love the smudginess.
bits.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
What else? And then this little one. Oh, can you see that one?
Oh yeah. Oh, that
yeah.
is so, you did so well with that. I really struggled with that one. Really struggled.
It was tricky, wasn't it? And then bits and bobs there.
Oh,
Just a page full of bits and bobs. And this one.
oh,
This
Minnie.
one. And those the little owl. He was so cute.
There's so much character in those eyes. So
Yeah,
much
I found it difficult because we're on a screen. It's kind of flattened.
Yeah.
That's why you need to know a lot about the anatomy, because you can build it up then, can't you?
Absolutely.
Make it better.
I think it's really nice for just kind of that simplifying the shapes and just thinking about like the shapes of the birds and not really worrying too much about the detail and just those reflections and things. That's really good for that. But no, thank you so much for coming. Would anyone else like to share? If you want to just kind of like do a little wave or just come on screen and put your sketchbook up. If not, I will just spotlight myself. Right, okay. So yeah, I didn't really I did some very terrible sketches. So I think these were the kind of the slightly better ones. I've struggled here with the vulture, with the baby, but these were slightly better with like the kind of the gestural stuff going on. And then I don't know what happened to my eagle. Like it's just like an egg.
Oh,
it's the weirdest thing. Oh my God. I just didn't know what to pick up, what materials to use. And then it got slightly better with the kestrel. The kestrel was a little bit better. And the owl. I think I started to kind of find my rhythm a little bit by the time I got here. But also I was just like chat. I'm not very good at chatting and drawing, I have to say. So I had very low expectations of what I was going to draw today. But yeah, that was really fun, and I've just absolutely loved. And Emily is just so brilliant and generous with her time and giving all this knowledge. And I'm gonna see if Emily can just come back on, and maybe we can have one last quick look at the vulture. What do you think, Emily?
Yeah, I can do that. I've got 9%. We should be okay.
That would just get us through. Okay, right.
I'll do speed run or speed walk. Bear with me.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant. This is our last.
I need to gather him up anyway afterwards because he's coming home with me.
Mhm.
Oh, so does anyone want to see the baby vulture, or does it the larger vulture? Which is the one that people would like to see? Is there a preference? Because we said vulture, but I've just realised that there's two. Either mini. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Does anyone have a preference or?
We didn't spend very long with the baby, so let's
Yeah,
go with the chick. Yeah.
You wonder why there's a tub. That's his travel tub.
Oh.
So he can go in the car. You laying down, you a loaf. He's a little loaf now.
Yeah.
Hard work growing up. Oh, you have fluff all over your face.
It's tiring.
What do you do? You have it
Oh
all
my
over
goodness.
your eyes.
Oh.
Come here. We can lay down together.
I'm just totally in love with him. It's just beautiful.
But the noise he's making, because I said I think I did say, he has no syrinx, so the hissing is just his way of talking to us. It's not an angry or an upset thing. It's just kind of like, hello, how are you? And now we're going to chew the towel. Okay, very good. But he sounds like a little velociraptor.
Yeah, and that face, yeah. So what age does the face start to go pink?
I'm not sure. It will probably happen within the next. I want to say maybe towards the end of his development, so probably in maybe a couple of weeks' time. I haven't seen any color changes yet. We've only had him about 2 weeks, so I mean, the underside of your face looks a bit pinker, but I don't know if that's your face.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, have I not spotlight? I'm really sorry. Did I not? Let me just go back. I'm really sorry. I thought I had. Let me try. There we go. Is that better, Rowena? Yeah, sorry. I thought I had put him on spotlight, but I think I just pinned him. Bethany's asked, how old is he?
I think he's about 4 or 5 weeks old. So not very old at all. Nibbling your toes. Oh no, you're nibbling the label. Don't eat the label.
And I guess
Oi,
they used to like really like hot kind of environments, or is it just a mixture of environments that they like, or?
He's definitely a lot more tolerant to the heat. When we had baby Maverick, it felt quite cold and he started panting, so we kind of had a fan on standby and everything. So he's a lot more tolerant of the hot weather. Sitting in the sun's obviously quite warm, but he's quite content just to sit here and chill. He's decided now is an opportune time to chew his foot. That's not helpful, buddy.
No.
I'm sure it tastes delicious, but
yes. So what will happen is you'll take him home now, and then he'll just kind of crash out for the night, and then he a bedtime wash, yeah. And then he just crashes out, and then that's it until the morning, and then you give him some food, and he's quite happy. Is that right? Yeah.
I'll probably make sure he doesn't need any more food for this evening, because he doesn't eat that much. He has like big meals, but he only has about 2 or 3 a day, so not too bad. And then he'll come home if he wants to mooch around the living room. He's welcome to, but he'll probably crash after half an hour or so, and then he'll be asleep. Oh, where are you shuffling to?
Yeah, as little tiny thing. Yeah, as little kind of almost like little children go. It's quite an easy one, isn't it? It's quite easy little child.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh,
I'll see if I can show you. Hello.
Oh,
if you lift your head up, you can see his little dark blob here.
Yes.
That's where his crop will be. Oh, don't eat my fingers. Excuse me. So he's still got a little bit here. So this is his crop where all of his food is. So he actually doesn't need any more food probably till he goes home.
Okay.
We wait till the crop's empty because it's kind of like a hamster pouch for birds. And if you keep putting food in there and not letting it empty, they get what's called sour crop, which is basically where the food inside there starts going a bit icky and will cause potentially any infections or problems. It's kind of like us eating a moldy sandwich or rotten food. Well, it wouldn't do us any good. So it's just to, make sure it's okay. They obviously do fine in the wild when their parents feed them, but we just try and make sure everything's okay. So
Yeah, absolutely.
once his crop's empty, he gets some more food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. God, I've learned so much today, so much. And you're just an absolute mine of information. Thank you so much, Emily. It's been really wonderful. And thank you everyone who came. And yeah, it's been fantastic. The replay will be up either tomorrow or Monday. And I will put in all the information, the things that we've talked about, and I will share some more images if that's okay with Emily. And these are Emily's photos that she takes, so I will obviously credit Emily. And we can, so if anyone wants to draw from a few of those photos, they are welcome to. And obviously on the replay as well, you can come back. So I think that's all to say, really. But yeah, thank you so much again, because it's been wonderful. And
thank you
hopefully,
for letting me talk everyone to bed.
Hopefully, Emily, you've enjoyed it enough, and maybe we can get you back another time.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do this again. Do some more birds, and if you do another one, I'm sure this one will be all grown up.
Yeah, I put your Instagram in the chat, and I'm just going to pop my Substack in case no one. I think a lot of people have come here from my Substack, but I've just popped that in, and we'll share all of the chat as well, so that everyone can see what we've talked about. And I think that's all there is to say. But yeah, I hope you have a nice calm evening. You both together? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be super chilled.
I was going to say, put your feet up, watch some TV.
Pardon?
Put your feet up, watch some TV.
Yeah, he does. Actually, he doesn't like the TV. He hisses at it.
Oh,
like
just
scared hiss. He's not thrilled about the TV, but they're not always the same. Oh, Maverick! I don't think you can hear him. Maverick is so loud over there.
No, it's all quite nicely, kind of like Zoom has blocked it out really well. Well,
Yeah, I'm glad Zoom's helped your eardrums.
It really helped our ears, not yours, but ours fine.
Right. I'm just going to stop the video again because I'm speed walking back to the weighing shed because the batteries are telling me off again.
Thank you so much, and
that's all right.
Yeah, and I'll see everyone again soon for another drawing session. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for coming. Have a great, enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Bye bye.